Picture this. It's a dark, stormy night in the 18th century. You're deep underground in a candlelit tunnel that feels like it stretches endlessly into the earth. Around you, wealthy men dressed in fine clothes are laughing, drinking, and performing bizarre rituals. This isn't your average club meeting. You're in the infamous Hellfire caves of West Wycombe, England, a hidden network of tunnels where secret societies gathered to hold wild parties and, some say, dark rituals. There are rumors of summoning spirits, invoking dark forces, and even satanic rites. But were these just wild rumors? Or was something truly sinister happening in these caves? Let's find out. The Hellfire Caves are a series of man-made tunnels dug deep into the chalk hills of West Wycombe, England. The caves stretch for about a quarter of a mile underground, winding through dark passageways and eerie chambers. They were constructed in the 1740s by Sir Francis Dashwood, a wealthy aristocrat who wanted a private, secluded place for his secret society gatherings. But these weren't just any gatherings. Dashwood and his friends, known as the Hellfire Club, were infamous for their wild behavior. They were a group of wealthy men who enjoyed pushing the boundaries of society, indulging in drinking, gambling, and things much darker than that. And the caves provided the perfect location for their debauchery, hidden away from prying eyes. Let's focus on the most intriguing part of this story, the Hellfire Club itself. This was no ordinary gentleman's club. The Hellfire Club was made up of some of the most powerful and influential men in England at the time. It included politicians, writers, and even royalty. But what they did inside the caves was shrouded in secrecy. The club's motto was Fais ce que tu voudras, which is French for do what thou wilt. In other words, they believed in absolute freedom, with no restrictions or rules. This philosophy led to some pretty scandalous behavior. The members would drink heavily, throw wild parties, and perform strange rituals that were said to be inspired by pagan and satanic practices. It's rumored that they held mock religious ceremonies, dressed as monks, and even performed dark magic rites. One of the most chilling stories is that they would conduct rituals where they tried to summon spirits and demons. People believed that the caves had a strong connection to the underworld, and that by gathering there, they could tap into dark forces. Whether you believe the stories or not, it's undeniable that the Hellfire Caves have a very eerie, unsettling atmosphere. So, what exactly were these rituals that the Hellfire Club performed? Let's dive deeper into some of the practices that have been whispered about for centuries. One of the most well-known rituals was the Black Mass, a parody of a Catholic religious ceremony. The members would dress in black robes, light candles, and chant in Latin. They would mock traditional Christian beliefs, which was considered incredibly blasphemous at the time. Some say this was just for fun, a way to shock society. But others believe that there was something darker behind it, that the club members were actually trying to communicate with the devil. There are also stories of seances and attempts to summon spirits. It's said that Sir Francis Dashwood was fascinated by the occult and believed that the caves had spiritual energy. The group would gather in a circle, holding hands and chanting, trying to contact spirits from the other side. Visitors today claim to still feel a strong, strange presence in certain parts of the caves, as if something lingers from those old rituals. Perhaps the most chilling practice was the invocation of pagan deities. The Hellfire Club was known for embracing paganism, and they would often perform rituals to honor gods like Bacchus, the Roman god of wine and revelry. These ceremonies would involve drinking, dancing, and sometimes even sacrifices, though whether these were real sacrifices or just symbolic remains a mystery. The Hellfire Caves are said to be haunted, and one of the most famous ghosts is known as the White Lady. According to legend, the White Lady is the spirit of a young woman who was murdered in the caves. Some say she was a local girl who got involved with a member of the Hellfire Club and was killed to keep her quiet about the secret activities inside the caves. Her ghost has been spotted wandering the tunnels, dressed in a flowing white gown, looking lost and sad. People who have visited the caves report seeing her figure in the darkness, hearing soft cries, and feeling a sudden drop in temperature when she's near. The stories of the White Lady add to the spooky reputation of the caves, making them a popular spot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. Some historians believe that the stories of dark rituals and satanic practices were exaggerated. They argue that the Hellfire Club was just a group of wealthy men who like to have fun and push boundaries. The rumors of black masses and demon summoning, they say, were likely spread by people who were shocked by the club's behavior and wanted to create scandalous stories. However, others believe that there's truth behind the rumors. The Hellfire Caves were built with secret chambers and hidden passages, suggesting that the club members wanted privacy for a reason. And Sir Francis Dashwood's fascination with the occult wasn't a secret. He was known to have connections to other secret societies that were interested in dark rituals and mysticism. In the end, it's hard to say what really happened in those caves. Were the rituals just a joke, a way to rebel against societal norms? Or was the Hellfire Club truly dabbling in something sinister, using the caves as a gateway to dark forces? The truth is likely somewhere in between, but we may never know for sure. The layout of the Hellfire Caves isn't random. It was designed to mimic the journey through the underworld. When you enter the caves, you pass through a series of chambers that represent different stages of the afterlife. There's the entrance hall, which symbolizes the earthly realm. Then you move into the steward's chamber, representing the guardian of the underworld. Deeper in the caves, you find the banqueting hall, where the Hellfire Club would host their feasts, and the inner temple, the deepest and most mysterious part of the caves. The inner temple is where the most secretive rituals are said to have taken place. It's located 300 feet underground and is shaped like a cross. Some say that the design was meant to represent the crossroads between life and death, a place where the veil between our world and the spirit world is thin. The idea that the Hellfire Caves are a gateway to dark forces might sound like something out of a horror movie, but there are plenty of people who believe it. Visitors often report feeling uneasy or even physically sick when they reach the deeper parts of the caves. Paranormal investigators have recorded strange sounds, voices, and even ghostly figures on camera. There's also the story of a local farmer who claimed he saw figures in black robes entering the caves late at night, long after the Hellfire Club had disbanded. He believed that modern-day occultists were still using the caves for rituals, keeping the tradition alive. And then there's the curse. Some say that anyone who disrespects the caves or the spirits within will be cursed. There are tales of people who vandalized the caves or mocked the legends, only to suffer mysterious accidents or bad luck afterward. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, it's hard to deny that the Hellfire Caves have a creepy, unsettling vibe. The Hellfire Caves remain one of England's most mysterious and haunted sites. Whether the stories of dark rituals and supernatural activity are true or just the result of overactive imaginations, the caves have a certain magic about them. They're a place where history, legend, and the paranormal all collide, creating a story that's as fascinating as it is chilling. So, were the Hellfire Caves really a gateway to dark forces? Or were they just a place for a group of wealthy men to have fun and push boundaries? We may never know for sure, but one thing is certain. The mystery of the Hellfire Caves will continue to capture our imaginations for years to come. If you enjoyed this dive into the Hellfire Caves and want more stories about haunted places and secret societies, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And let us know in the comments, would you dare to visit the Hellfire Caves? What do you think was really happening in those dark tunnels?